My name's Alex. Today, I want to talk to you about the Tanzu Application Platform Beta 3 release. And we're going to start right where we left off last time with the Beta 2 release. So if you haven't watched that video or you're not familiar with the Beta 2 release, please go back and watch that because you'll be pretty confused watching this one without having seen that. Overall, the problem space hasn't changed at all for the Tanzu Application Platform. Let's go ahead and zoom out. On our new diagram, I've annotated all the new features with purple stars. So we're going to just speak to those. Let's start all the way on the left-hand side with the problem that we didn't speak to last time that we really should have. And that is, as an operator, before I even get started with the Tanzu Application Platform, how do I install and configure it? Well, it turns out that's not always an easy thing to do. And in this release, the Tanzu Application Platform team introduces the concept of profiles, which hopefully facilitate what boil down to single line installation paths for various user journeys, be that a full journey that I want all of the Tanzu Application Platform, or maybe I only want a small portion of that. We're excited to see what people do with this, and we're very glad that the Carvel team has enabled this journey for our teams to really deliver this outcome to operators. Let's look now at the Learning Center, which is a new feature that's added in support of the flow of the problem that people experience around how do I actually implement best practices or teach my teams to do the right things within my organization. The Learning Center is a customizable training portal for really any cloud native training that you can do it both in real time or ad hoc as people want. Out of the box, the Learning Center comes with a meta training that teaches you how to write a training. So hopefully operators will be able to get started right away, or developers, really whoever wants to write trainings and can start making these for their organization to get up and running and start teaching best practices. Let's go ahead and zoom way out again and make our way over to the supply chain flow where we see more new features having been added. As a part of this release, we see that there's a new out-of-the-box supply chain added. And I love these out-of-the-box supply chains. The new one includes scanning. So it builds upon the testing and the general out-of-the-box supply chain that does delivery. But this one implements some of the scanning features that we haven't had a whole lot of time to talk about yet in our supply chain security tools. I'm really excited to see these grow and see people put these default supply chains to use. As we look down, we see that there's actually a new convention that's been added to our supply chains as well. The Spring Boot convention is a new convention that people can use, which does introspection of really the flow. Because remember, the magic of conventions is they are supposed to be unknown to developers and apply configuration or changes really behind the scenes to allow the supply chain to make the appropriate configuration or things to get the app up and running in a targeted way. So in the case of the Spring Boot conventions, it's looking for things like, hey, I see you're a Spring Boot app. I should expose you at this port. Or hey, like you actually have a dependency on a MySQL connector. I should go ahead and annotate that. So in the future, other parts of our supply chain can look for those default annotations and apply changes based on them. Last, but absolutely certainly not least, is the Tanzu Application Platform GUI. Depending on your purview of the world, you'll be more or less excited about this, but I'm really excited because I think it's a really important part of our customer journey that we have a visual representation of what's going on within the Tanzu Application Platform. In this initial release, there are two key features supported, and that is the application live view flow and our cloud native runtime like workload deployment flow, as we see over here on the right. Those are both exposed via plugin in the Tanzu Application Platform GUI. There's additionally a tech docs section where technical documentation can be added to the Tanzu Application Platform GUI as somewhat of a single pane of glass for developers or operators to see what's going on in the environment. And honestly, that's it. There are a number of other features and enhancements that have been done under the covers. We're not going to talk through all of those today, but I'm really excited for the work that the team's doing here. And I'm so excited to see what people do and learn from how people put this to use. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.